Okay, should be in Chomsky normal form. Only if the grammar is in Chomsky normal form, I can proceed with the CYK algorithm, right? So I'll be given the string. So with that string, I'll be constructing the with the help of this triangular table, I will be checking whether that given string belongs to the language of the grammar. Okay, so here while constructing the table, it is going to be dependent upon the length of the string given. So if it is going to be length is 5, then I am going to construct as 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If it is 6, then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so here I should have 5 blocks and here I should have 5 blocks. That's it. Okay. Okay, so here if I want to fill each and every block, it is going to be dependent upon the blocks below. So for example, so here you can see just I'm going to give an overview and then we can move on further. Okay, so here this is the given string BAA, this is the grammar given. So if the BAA, so we have to write the each and every character of the string adjacent to the particular block. Okay, so then you have to check, we have to check what are the productions that derives B and what are the productions that derives A. So here we can see B is derived by the production that is by the non-terminal capital B, and A by A and C, right? That is what we have given here. So B is produced by B, A is by A comma C, like that we have given for rest of the blocks as well. Next, when we move further, so if I want to fill this block, then it is going to be dependent upon this block and this block. Okay, so it is going to be dependent upon the block that is below it and the block that is diagonal to it. So it is dependent upon this and this one. Okay, so I'm going to take a cross product of the specific blocks. So here in this case only 2 blocks, so I'm going to take a cross product that is where we have written. Okay, so B cross product A comma C, so I'll be having BA, BC. So I have to check which are the production that gives me derives BA, BC. So BA is derived by A, so A is included. Okay, and then BC is derived by S, so yes, and A is included in this set. Like that we have proceeded further. Now we have reached this point. Okay, if I want to proceed with this point, then I am dependent upon these blocks and I am dependent upon the blocks that are diagonal to this. Those blocks I have numbered as 5, 6, 7 and the blocks below is numbered as 1, 2, 3. So I am dependent upon blocks 1 to 6. Okay, how I am going to make use of it? I am going to take a cross product. So while taking cross product, how I am going to proceed? So here 1 is going to be we have to deal with the taking cross product of 1 and 6, 2 and 5 and 3 and 4. That is what we have done here. 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4. Okay, so if you take cross product, can you please help me out in coming up with the resultant? What is 1, 1 and 6 is B. So I will be having only 5 cross product B, I will be getting only B, right? So here I am not having, so union, what is 2? S comma A, 5 is S comma C, 3 is B, 4 is B. Okay, so it is going to be B comma, so here I will be having SS, SC, AS, AC and here BB. Okay, so which are the productions? So if I want to derive this, can you is there any production which derives this one? B is not there, SS is not there, SC is not there, AS is not there, AC is not there, BB is not there. So what I should? Similarly for this this block as well. So if I want to deal with this block, so please make a note, it may be a bit lengthy process, but it is a very, very easy program, right? So if I want to deal with this block, and I am dependent upon these blocks, and I am dependent upon the blocks that is diagonal to this, okay? Dependent upon the blocks diagonal to this. Let me give the numbering here in green color, okay? So I am dependent upon these blocks 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Okay. If I want to evaluate this block, I am dependent upon these blocks. So how I can deal with? Yes, similar to this one. 1 cross product 6, 2 cross product 5, 3 cross product 4. Can you please give me the answer?
I'm assuming
So if I deal with, yes, again. So the same thing. So here 1 is B, 6 is B, 2 is B,
yes,
yes. Union
AC,
AC BM, yes, B. So I'll be getting BA, BC, BS, BA, AB, CB, right? So can you please okay.
CC, GA.
Okay. Can you please come up now? So BA,
Yes,
then PC is
PC is also X.
BS is not there. BA already we have given. ABS again. AB, yes, if you talk of AB, I'm having C as well, right?
Yes.
So similarly, I have to now compute this one. So here I can say my given string is belongs to that language of the grammar. Then in that case, while deriving this block, I'll be getting the starting symbol here. Okay. If the starting symbol is present, then we can conclude that the given string belongs to that language of the grammar. Okay. So yes. Let me also different color. Okay. So here if I want to fill this block, it is going to be dependent upon this, 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 and this. And similarly in the diagonal ways, what are the, yes, it is dependent upon these things, right? So it is going to be, this is 5, 6, 7, 8. Any other queries here, ma'am? Are you clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So can you please help me out how we are going to take the cross product of this one?
Vana name.
Others, please.
Plus 2 and
Please
7.
wait, please wait. Others. Union. Others, please respond, ma.
2, 7.
Yes, 2, 7. Some other voice I need. Please,
3,
others.
6.
Yes, good. 3, 6. Good. Then 4, 5. Good. Good. Very good, ma'am. So like this, if you are proceeding with, can you please come up what are the sets I am getting over here? Can you please try? Please do try and come up with the final answer now.
Yes, A.
Ah. Yes, yes. A. Any other? C. Yes. So here you can see I am having, we are ending up with the star symbol, right? So in this block we are having the star symbol. So by this we can say that our this given belong to that language of the grammar. So please make a note. If you are asked with a question, please don't just try construct the, just don't parse the string and come up with the final thing. So you have to, so if it is mentioned as CYK algorithm, you have to follow the sequence of steps. Okay, so you have to follow the sequence of steps and you have to show that the given string belongs to that language. You have to prove, show, or you have to check whether the given language string belongs to that language or not. Okay, are you clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, ma. So here, just we can have an overview of the topics we have discussed at this point. So when we talk of the module 1, so here you should have idea about the language, that is operators on the language, how to write the regular expression, all these things. It is a very introductory topic, right? So just have an overview of all the things, okay, and then you should be able to design. So we have discussed what is deterministic finite automata. You please do work out some questions on that, right? So finite automata. So what is finite automata? Finite automata accepts the regular languages. Okay, as usual to the CAT questions, a scenario will be given. Just you have to understand the scenario. Based on the scenario, you have to identify the language and then you have to come up with the solution. Okay. While giving your answers, please make sure don't just end up with the final thing. So please, wherever required. So if it is going to be a design part, then the intermediate steps not required. But if it is going to be when we are dealing with some algorithms, since we have discussed so many things in that is yes, McNaughton Emeda Thompson algorithm we have discussed, and subset construction algorithm we have discussed, minimization algorithm we have discussed, then optimization technique, that is direct construction of TFA from regular expression we have discussed, right? So in these cases you will be in a position to give all the intermediate steps. Okay, if the final resultant, if you are coming up, then accordingly the marks will be reduced. Okay, so intermediate steps. So if it is going to be McNaughton Emeda Thompson algorithm, as you all aware, it is going to be a very simple one. So the only thing is that you have to enter with the FINAPE. But here, if the specific algorithm is given, then you have to follow the sequence of steps. So that is, you have to construct the parse tree and then you have to proceed with constructing the epsilon NFA. Alright? Yes. So here in the finite automata, so you have to define the language and then also please do check how to that is, please to have some practice on some regular languages, how to write the regular expression, and then how to construct how to design the finite automata, and then after defining you have to take a sample string and you have to check whether that string belongs to that line, passing through that line, whether your automata is accepting your string or not. Okay, so please make a note. First you have to identify the language. For that language you will be designing the finite automata, and then in order to check whether the finite automata is designed for that particular language, so you have to choose a string that belongs to that given language, and then you have to show that your automata accepts that string. Okay, so yes, as in module 2 we have discussed many algorithms, McNaughton. So you have to be clear how to construct the epsilon NFA with the help of McNaughton Emeda Thompson algorithm. Then you have to see the what is that? Subset construction algorithm. Hope you can all recollect that, right? Epsilon closure we have discussed. Epsilon closure, just a sequence of steps, that's it, right? So epsilon closure of move, like that we will be dealing with only two functions, move function and epsilon closure function we discussed, right? So with that help of the function, what is the use of subset construction algorithm here? NFA, epsilon NFA will be given. From the epsilon NFA we have to construct the deterministic finite automata. Now, no logic required at all. Just we have to follow the sequence of steps involved in that algorithm. That's it. Okay. Yes. You should have clear idea on that subset construction algorithm. And next comes the minimization of the deterministic finite automata. What we discussed, if we are constructing a DFA from epsilon NFA by means of subset construction algorithm, there will be possibility of unwanted states. So we have to minimize those unwanted states, eliminate those unwanted states. So for that we will be grouping the final states and non-final states, and then we will be comparing all those things. Hope you can recollect now, right? So we will be dealing with, and then we will be identifying whether any unwanted states are there, and then correspondingly we will be eliminating it. That is minimization of deterministic finite automata. Again, it is again a sequence of steps where no logic required at all. And next we have started with the regular expression, right? In the here we have seen construction of finite automata, deterministic finite automata, uh, directly from the given regular expression. Okay, directly from the regular expression. So please make a note, if a regular expression is given, please don't, yes, if you are well versed in designing the automata, I do agree with that. So please don't do proceed with directly constructing the automata for a given regular expression. If specific algorithm is mentioned, then you have to use that algorithm. How you are understanding the algorithm is the main reason behind that particular question. Okay, asking that question. So you have to use that algorithm and you have to proceed with. Okay, so what you have to do, so you have to deal with finding the nullable first position, last position, follow position, and then you have to proceed with constructing the deterministic finite automata. So now what we discussed, that is McNaughton and Thompson algorithm, subset construction algorithm, and then what comes minimization of DFA, then optimization technique, that is optimization in the sense direct construction of DFA from regular expression. So in all these four things we are used only the sequence of strict rules. We have stick to the rules. You have to stick to the rules. That's it, right? So no logic. Yes, ma. Any queries? Please do mute, ma.
So, ma'am,
Uh,
can you show us how to prove a language to be ambiguous?
ambiguous.
Yes,
So
ma'am, there was
here,
a question cat. I could not
yes,
do
yes,
it.
yes. So here ambiguity is nothing but if I am able to construct two or more parse trees. Okay. For a given language, if I am able to construct two or more. So is the question asked in first cat or second cat? Can you please recollect that?
Ma'am, cat 2.
Cat 2, ma'am.
Also, ma'am, when we did the ambiguity for in class, we had like or operations in between. How do we make parse trees which have concatenation in between for ambiguity one only?
Concatenation.
Yes, ma'am, because in the exam there was like no or operation, so I had an issue in constructing parse tree for that.
Which one for ambiguity?
Ma'am, it's going to be after this. It was before Chomsky normal form.
If there is, whatever maybe it
Yes.
is left here.
Yes, ma'am, it is somewhere here. When we discussed Chomsky normal form, before that we started with ambiguity in language. Yes, ma'am, this one.
So what is the grammar given in question now? Okay, so it is
In
nothing
the
past
question will be
tense.
onions one,
T derives,
no,
for example, I'm saying. So T derives EF, like that if it is having, right? So T, EF, that's it.
okay.
Okay. Is that clear? Please make a note. Ambiguity is nothing but I am able to construct. So whatever it is, whether it is leftmost derivation or rightmost derivation. Okay. So in leftmost derivation itself, I will be able to proceed. I will be getting two different parse trees. Two different parse trees for the same input symbol. So yes, you can see. So here we are dealing with the, so I either I can take E derives E plus E, or I can take E derives E plus E star E. So in both the cases I am dealing with evaluating in this direction. Okay, so but I am able to end up with ID plus ID star ID. Okay, this is called as ambiguity, whether it is leftmost derivation or rightmost derivation. Okay, so in the same derivation methodology itself, I will be getting two or more parse trees. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. Can you, ma'am, give one more example?
For ambiguous grammar, you are asking, or
Yes, ma'am.
uh,
Yes, ma'am.
then I have to check with some algorithms, because most of the productions we will not end up with the ambiguity. If I am taking this production, I will not end up with the ambiguity. Okay, next class let me take some examples and then I will let you know. Okay. Uh, yes, what we discussed. Yes, here you have to deal with the idea about pumping lemma again. So no, nothing logic required. So what is pumping lemma? We have to prove that the language is not regular. We cannot prove that the language is regular. Okay, so here using pumping lemma we can prove that the language is not regular. So please do understand here. So whatever may be the language, you have to show that the language is not regular. That's it. Okay, so there will be a pumping pattern. If the pattern is not matched, then you can show that the language is not regular. Just you have to see what the language is given, and accordingly you have to choose a string, and then you have to proceed with the steps to be followed. So when we talk of pumping lemma, there are different methodologies for regular languages and context-free language. What we discussed is for regular languages, so please don't confuse with others. Okay, so please do check that for regular languages. So when you are referring with any other materials, you may come across with different pumping lemma strategies, but the language will be different. Okay. Yes. Next, what we discussed is context-free grammar. Yes. So yes, as discussed. Uh, so when a grammar is given, you will be in a position to check with ambiguity. Okay, that's it. Leave that, right? The next class, let me give you one more example, where you will get an idea. Yes. So here again, you have to apply only the logic. We have discussed Chomsky normal form, Grigback's normal form, and CYK algorithm we discussed today, right? So only three possibilities are there. So Chomsky normal form, Grigback's, and Chomsky normal, what is it, CYK algorithm. In Chomsky normal form, what we have to do, so before proceeding, so here I can either have one terminal symbol or two non-terminals. Okay, so before doing that, I have to simplify my context-free grammar. So simplification involves this sequence of steps. So whenever a grammar is given, if you want to convert that into CNF, first you have to simplify the grammar, and then we have to proceed converting to Chomsky normal form. In Grigback's, the productions to start with the terminal symbol, and then sequence of non-terminals can be there, right? So when you want your grammar to be in Grigback's normal form, then the grammar should the first step is simplification, and next is CNF, and then only we can convert that grammar to Grigback's normal form. In the exam point of view, as given earlier, the grammar will be in Chomsky normal form only. Okay. So Chomsky normal form only. So from that, you will be in a position to convert that to Grigback's normal form as per the steps involved. Yes, next is CYK. Yes, only now we have discussed. So there won't be any doubts regarding that. Next comes push down automata. Yes, similar to the finite automata, for push down automata as well as in the next chapter as well, we will be have you will be given with a certain scenario. For that scenario, you have to understand the language, and then you have to design the PDA. As usual, first you have to understand the language, you have to define the language. For that language, you have to design the push down automata. Uh, and then you have to show whether that language belongs to that yes, whether that string is accepted by that PDA or Turing machine or not. Okay, brief intro on multi-tape and multi-head we can discuss in the next class. Okay, uh, here you have to concentrate more on designing the Turing machine. That is, we have discussed seen the acceptors and the transducers. Transducer is nothing but it which performs a specific task. That acceptor, in the sense, if I am dealing with the A par n, B par n, what it is doing, I'll be passing a string A, B, B. If the string belongs to that language, then my Turing machine will accept it. Okay. So, for example, A par n, B par n, where n is greater than m. So consider a scenario A power n, B power n, where n is greater than m. So what is the n is greater than m, right? So what may be the example? A. There can be 3 A's and 2 B's. Whereas number of A's is more than number of B's. So what I'll be doing, I'll be designing a Turing machine which accepts the strings in that category. Right, number of A's should be more than number of B's. So this is acceptor. So when we talk of transducer, so it is nothing but we have seen comparators, right? So it is what is that? We have seen adder, subtractor, and then multiplier. All these things comes under the transducer. Even you can go for a comparator. So just you have to come to a state where you are going for comparison. That's it. Okay. Yes, in the seventh module, yes, we have discussed the Bose correspondence problem. So what you have to do, so a sequence of instance will be given, and with just by seeing it, you cannot give your answers, right? So you, whatever it is, whether it belongs to that, whether the PCP is having a solution or not, you have to justify it. Okay, you have to justify it. You have to deal with some different combinations, and then you have to check whether the PCP is having a solution or not. That's it. from my side for now. Any other queries from your side, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
Okay.